Thank you for joining us today on our Genuine Diamonds in Arkansas YouTube channel. I want to introduce myself to you and kind of tell you the plans of what we have going forward with the videos I want to produce and make available to you through YouTube. Now, there are a lot of videos on YouTube that are made by people who have gone to the Crater of Diamonds their first time, and they take a video and try to teach you how to find diamonds, but maybe they've never found a diamond before. So I want to tell you about myself a little bit so you'll trust in me to be your teacher about the history of diamonds found in Arkansas. I am Glenn W. Worthington. I've found 176 diamonds at the crater so far. I found some of each of the three main colors, white or clear, brown and yellow diamonds. I've found 3 of them that are over a carat, and 2 of those weighed over 2 carats each. So I'd like to tell you some of the history, because I studied the history because you have to dig by hand there, and I wanted to dig smart and not hard. So I wanted to know, if I'm going to stick a shovel in the ground and go to all that work carrying and washing, where's the best place to dig? So I studied about it. And I thought I was going to get enough information to write a magazine article. Well, as I studied more, learned more, wrote more, the magazine article became a book. So then I had a book, and we self-published it. So I am literally the guy who wrote the book on genuine diamonds in Arkansas. The reason I said genuine, sometimes people hear of Arkansas diamonds, which is quartz crystal, or Hot Springs diamond, which is quartz crystal, or Herkimer diamond. That is just quartz crystal. What you find near Murfreesboro, Arkansas are genuine diamonds. And this is the way the front cover of my book, the first edition, came out in April of 2003. And this is the back of it. This is a 17.86 carat yellow diamond that was found there in 1917. No, I didn't find it. I'm not that old, but I am old. But I just love the natural shapes of these diamonds. So you can tell we had 5,000 copies of this made, and then I later rewrote it. Oh, Mike Huckabee came to Murfreesboro, and there was a picture of him in my book, and so I got him to autograph this copy for me. So autographed copy of my book, and I keep that in a safe so that if we ever had a fire, I wouldn't lose it. This is the second edition of my book that came out. You can tell the front cover is different. I stuck with the blue because I like blue, but the front and back cover are different, and the information inside was rewritten and updated. And this copyrighted in 2007 when this one came out. Later, and I'll have to cheat and see when this was, I get all my years mixed up. So 2 years later, in June of 2009, I came out with the 3rd edition of the book because they kept selling out. You can tell the difference because even though the pictures are the same, on the 3rd and 4th edition, I put the carat size and the year they were found under the picture. So that's the difference in the front, and that's the difference in the back. And the difference in the back is I had found it 204 yellow and I put it on there. Anyway, so I'm literally the guy who wrote the book on diamonds in Arkansas, and I went to the crater for the first time in the summer of 1978. A guy came back from vacation and told me he had gone to the diamond mine, and I thought, where did you go? South Africa? He said, no, down in Arkansas. I thought, what? A diamond mine in Arkansas? In the United States? What are you talking about? He told me, I checked it out. I did the only logical thing. I quit my job, went to Arkansas. I was in Kansas at the time working. So I quit and spent the summer sleeping in a tent, digging and washing at the Crater of Diamonds. And the first 3 weeks I didn't find anything. I worked 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, and came up with nothing. Getting a little discouraged. But then I found a 21-point yellow, and then I found a 78-point yellow the very next day. Oh, in fact, excuse me a minute. I've got that one here. From 1978, a 78-point yellow. If you're not familiar with points, there are 100 points of weight per carat. 78 point is a little over 3/4 carat. This was set uncut and it's gorgeous. It's just as beautiful as the day we found it. And anyway, I'm glad to have that one. I had sold it, but then I had a chance to buy it back. So, you know, you have regrets every now and then. Just to tell you a little, just not that I'm my most favorite subject. Actually, I'd rather talk about the crater of diamonds, but I want to convince you that I'm an authority on the subject, worth going back to and hearing what he has to say, so you'll check out my other videos. And I want to show you what I got planned in the future of showing on upcoming YouTube videos. In November of 1978, I had my first magazine article published about finding diamonds in Arkansas, and this is me over here without a shirt. It was hot, and it is at the crater in the summer, and I was sifting gravel. I was thinking of doing this video today without a shirt on, but then I decided against it. So anyhow, so my first article was published in November of 1978 about diamonds in Arkansas, and I went on to write many other magazine articles and had them published besides the book that I've done. This is the Vogue quarterly magazine, and I wrote an article, How to Find Genuine Diamonds in Arkansas, and it has pictures of diamonds to go with the article. And I love the Okie Dokie diamond. Maybe not the name, but it's a beauty. And white, yellow, brown, they're just gorgeous diamonds from here. I love the way they look in their natural form. This article, when I wrote How to Find Genuine Diamonds in Arkansas, it got me to thinking, you know, although I'm fascinated by the history, and that's what the book is, it's a history of the diamonds that have been found here for more than 100 years. But I got to think that there's a lot of people, A, won't read a book, people don't read anymore, or B, aren't interested in history, they want to know how they can find a diamond of their own. So I hired a production company, and they came out and we actually filmed, professionally produced a DVD filmed on site at the Crater of Diamonds where I teach you how to find diamonds in Arkansas. And as I said, I found 176 diamonds. I give demonstrations on here. A friend of mine, Dennis Tyrell, who found 486 diamonds in 29 months, 13 of them weighed over a carat. He gives his demonstration, teaches his method on here as well. And if you're planning on going to the Crater of Diamonds, if you can drive all that way, spend all that money, you really ought to watch the DVD first to learn how. That way, it'll shorten your learning curve. So you won't spend the first 3 weeks like me learning. You can learn before you go, and then when you get there, you can start being productive and finding diamonds. I wish I had had this information before my first trip, is all I'm saying. I've also written other magazine articles. This is Rockin' Gem magazine, if you've heard of it. Here's a picture of a 8.61 carat light brown diamond, a T. Brown Lamley diamond found at the crater in 1978. And my brother, when I started finding diamonds, I called him and said, hey, you got to get down here. So he came down and looked, and after a couple of weeks, he got discouraged. He only found one like 24-point ugly white diamond, and he said, I quit, I'll go home. He left his hole open and said, hey, do you want to dig here? I said, no, I'm finding diamonds over here. Why would I want to go in your hole when it hadn't produced anything that I would want? So his hole, you could leave the holes open back then. His hole remained open for a couple of weeks, and then some people from Oklahoma, some farmers came along, got in his hole. The first little red wagon they filled with stuff had this 8.61 carat Lamley diamond in it. Anyway, this article tells how I looked for it to help Jim and Shelley Horan add this large, unique, special diamond to their collection of diamonds. And so it tells that story. And if you don't have an old Rockin' Gem magazine, would like to read it, I have it in the form of an ebook on smashwords.com. I'll show you a little about that in a minute. But here's another magazine article I did, Western and Eastern Treasure magazine. This is Historic Diamonds Returned Arkansas. There was a collection of 10 diamonds from the last year they were in production at what is now the Crater of Diamonds State Park. It was a commercial diamond mine at the time. There were 10 diamonds, well, that were among the diamonds found in 1932 or before 1932. And this museum had a chance to buy them. And this talks about each of the 10 diamonds. It describes them. I wish that was in color. I wish that was in color. You need to see these diamonds in color, but they didn't print it that way. But if you go to my ebook on smashwords.com, there are color photos in there. So every diamond, all 10 diamonds that I talk about, there are photos of them in there, and they really have some nice diamonds. The smallest one they have is unique, very special. Even though the surface texture isn't all that good, the size isn't all that impressive, it's like a 62 point. The color, it's green, a green diamond from Arkansas. Pretty special. So, another magazine article, Gold and Silver magazine. Oh, this is Arkansas Gold and Diamonds. That's appropriate since it's Gold and Silver magazine. I titled my ebook, Searching for Gold and Diamonds in Arkansas. And see this ring here? This is the one I've got. This is a 62 point naturally heart-shaped white diamond I found. And then I also found the ring in a river when I was dredging. And this article tells the whole story. Then I had the heart-shaped diamond put on the ring that I found, and I wear it all the time. So if I showed you real up close, I don't know how clean it would be because I wear it all the time when I'm washing gravel and doing everything. No reason to take it off, might as well enjoy it. It also appeared on the front cover of this magazine. We'll talk about that now. Gold Prospector magazine in September, October of 2010 issue. They had a gem issue of their magazine. I know they mainly focus on gold, but they were talking about gems was the topic, and they asked me to write an article. So I did, and I sent a bunch of pictures, and the editor said, we did accept your article and it will appear in the upcoming issue, but she didn't tell me anything more than that. I went to the post office box and got the magazine out of the mail and saw my mug on the front cover. She didn't tell me that. She said the article was going to be there. And you know, I've had articles in other magazines, but my mug's never been on the front cover, so I had to go buy 5 copies for my mother. But this shows what's interesting about this. It's a really old, more than 110-year-old wood lath pipe, a wooden pipe for a water main, for pressure, not for drainage, but a pressure pipe. And they pumped water from the Little Missouri River all the way up to the diamond recovery plant. And what's interesting about that is I found my largest diamond ever under that. It was a 2.13 carat brown, and it cut to this. It's huge. I wish it was that big in real life. That's an 8-inch diamond. I guess the editor loved that diamond. But brown diamond, it is really a high quality beauty. Oh, here's my ring again. And then the other two. But there's a heart-shaped diamond before it was set in the ring. And my 204 yellow Easter sunrise diamond. I call this the brown rice diamond because before it was cut, it looked like brown rice. But after it was cut, it doesn't look like brown rice anymore. It cut to a 1.21 carat marquee. The reason we picked that shape, it was naturally football shaped to start with, so that gave us the greatest yield, and really it didn't lose all that much in the cutting. So a 204 yellow and a 2.13 brown are my 2 largest, and I just keep this one because it's special and I like it. So moving on, another article in Rock and Gem magazine. This one is the fastest diamond finds in Arkansas, and it always amazes me because I'm a guy that it took 3 weeks to find his first one. It amazes me, some visitors will come and within a half an hour on their very first trip, they find a bigger diamond than I ever had going all the way back to 1978. It just happens that way. It doesn't bother me. I'm not upset about it. I'm happy. There are so many diamonds out there that you can just find them on top of the ground, and they're great big ones. So I can't gripe about that. But anyway, here's my 204 yellow. Let me get you a little closer on that. It is beautiful. Easter sunrise diamond. I found it right before shutting down for Easter weekend. And here's the Lamley diamond again. And anyway, some other beautiful diamonds in here. The Okie Dokie diamond, that is beautiful. 4.21 carat. There's an example of the fastest diamond find because he was only there like a half an hour and found this gorgeous gem. Very flawless, very, very valuable. One more and then we'll go on and talk about other things. Lost Treasure magazine, I've got an article in there. This is an amazing phenomenon. Children find diamonds in Arkansas. Here's a boy looking for rabbits, finds carrots instead. And then this girl found the Sparkles diamond. See, anything over 2 carats, you can name your own diamond. What is the little girl gonna name her beautiful diamond? Sparkles. But anyway, this is an interesting article, and again, if you don't have an old Lost Treasure magazine and you want to read the article and you want to see the pictures in colors, I've got Smashwords ebook, and they're only like 99 cents. It's no big deal, and they're not real large. It won't take you a long time to read it, but they do have color photos to go with the words, because a picture is worth 1,000 words, and you'd rather see the picture than hear from me anyway. Speaking of pictures, here is a diamond I found at the Crater of Diamond. And it is, let's see, 11 point yellow. I love the natural shield shape. This has not been cut or polished. That's the way this diamond looks. And I had it mounted in a see-through case so that, you know, you can hold it up to the sunlight and really look through it and say, wow, that is a beautiful diamond. It's flawless, has a gorgeous shape, and I sold it, and that was another one that I had a chance to buy back, so I got it back. And then here's another diamond I found. It's a 7-point yellow, nothing real special, but we had it set. This was my wife's idea. She's clever. Cindy, she's put up with a lot of things with me with my diamond hunting over the years, but she helped me. We used to buy and sell diamonds, and she came up with the idea of putting an uncut diamond in a necklace pendant so ladies can wear around their neck. And we bought and sold diamonds for 20 years through a store on the Murfreesboro Courthouse Square. We don't do that any longer, but we did for 20 years. And I was in there one time when a grandpa brought his, 12-year-old granddaughter in there, and he bought her a necklace pendant so she could wear an uncut diamond from Arkansas like that. Let's move on and talk a few more things. I'll give you a tour of my office here, and I'll show you a little more stuff. So we'll move around a little bit. You're probably getting tired of that view anyway. Oh, while we swing past, let me show you. Since you probably wonder, if I went right past it, you'd say, what is this? Well, it doesn't have anything to do with diamonds in Arkansas, but the summer of '78, after spending 7 weeks hunting for and finding 10 diamonds at the crater, I went back to Kansas, which is where I lived, and I bought a 50-year-old grain silo. I know this is a painting, and you probably think, well, this is make-believe, it's not real. Well, no, really, a 50-year-old grain silo, and I built a 5-story round house in it. And I wrote an article about how I did that for the Mother Earth News magazine. It was kind of a back to nature farming and gardening magazine. And anyway, it was a how to build a house in an old grain silo. So kind of reclaiming something that they don't use anymore, but they used to fill this with silage like corn stalks and things and feed it to the cattle. But I made a 5-story round house in it and had an article about it. But so I'm just telling you a little bit about me, but what's more important is the diamonds in Arkansas. And this, we had a chance, like I said, we bought and sold diamonds. A man we sold, well, we bought a 5 1/4 carat yellow diamond that James Archer found, and we sold it to a man in Anacortes, Washington, who was a diamond dealer, and he had a client that liked to collect diamonds from all over the world, and he had an open spot for some Arkansas diamonds, so we helped him fill it and So we sold him a 5 1/4 carat yellow that James Archer found. That's officially his largest diamond that he ever registered in his name. James Archer found over 5,000 diamonds. He didn't even know how many. This is a certificate of authenticity, just an 11-point white with my name on it. And these are diamonds that I've found and got registration cards for in the past. And I sold the diamond and people said, I really don't want your card here, I just want the diamond. So they gave me the card back. So I'm kind of glad to have these as a souvenir. If you ever find a diamond at the crater, keep the card and keep it in good shape. Don't get it all wrinkled and muddy like so many I've seen. Keep it in good shape. It's part of the value because USA diamonds are rare and valuable, and that proves where it was found, what it weighs, and the official color it was registered, and the date it was found and everything. So keep that. This is another ring my wife wears. A friend of mine, Henry, was digging in the West Drain and found a couple of really nice uncut diamonds and had them set in a ring for his wife. And later she needed money more than the ring. She wanted to buy Christmas gifts for the whole family, so we bought this ring from her. And then my wife, I'll show you sometime enlargement pictures. I know you can't see much of anything like this or like this right now, but I've got the computer set up and I hope to show you a bunch of pictures so you can see things up close and well focused. Here's a pair of earrings. I found a piece of amethyst while surface searching for diamonds at the Crater of Diamonds on Canary Hill. And I found a piece of purple quartz amethyst, and I sent it to Thailand to be faceted into 2 trigons, and we had it set in earrings for my wife to wear. So, just something a little to show you. I'm the history guy since I wrote the book on diamonds in Arkansas. This stock certificate is 110 years old. Someone had bought a bunch of stock in the diamond mining company of the day, the Ozark Diamond Mines Corporation. This is the one that sat over by the Mooney House by Prairie Creek. And it was burned down by arsonists in 1919. But this guy sunk a lot of money into it back then. And we'll talk about this stock certificate, and I'll give you a closer look at it sometime if you come back and, go through some of my other videos in the future. Well, let's keep going around the office here and see what else I've got. This is where my table where I set up to sort gravel. I've got diamond concentrate all dry here, and I use the magnifying light to look through everything. And sometime I'll show you this process and teach you a few things. There are red pyrope garnet and black chrome diopside and green chromium diopside, and black spinel in there. Here's some real fine material. Now, it is so fine that you can't hardly look through it for diamonds. So what I'll be doing later is I've got a grease table, and I'll show you how that works and the principle of it and set it up and go through all of that as well. My cameraman, he works cheap, but he's not very good. So,